We are going to explore the Residency, which was built between 1780 and 1800 as the residence of the British resident, who represented the British East India Company in the court of Awadh in Lucknow. During the Indian Rebellion of 1857, the Residency became the center of one of the longest and most dramatic battles in the revolt. The Siege of Lucknow lasted about 87 days from June to November 1857. Around 3,000 people, including soldiers and civilians, were trapped inside the Residency during the siege. The main entrance of the Residency has this massive, strong doors made with teak wood.
A good plan of what is there in here, and here they written about the residency complex, what it is about. Yeah, it's currently we have only rooms, but it is still worth investigating.
The complex originally had several buildings, including a banquet hall, treasury, hospital, church, and residential quarters. The residency area covers around 33 acres, making it one of the largest historic complexes in the Lucknow. After the rebellion, the British decided not to rebuild the residency and kept it preserved as a memorial. And there is a cemetery inside the residency that contains graves of British soldiers and civilians who died during the siege.
It's good they have kept these ones. They're still intact, the walls. The entire building is not in, none of these buildings are in a good shape. But they kept them for the future generations to enjoy, visit and understand, get to know the. Now we enter into the treasury building. So most of these buildings are in the form of rooms. We just left for the future generations to know something about the history. Currently we are in the treasury building. This is Dr. Fairer's house. It looks like a bigger one to what we have seen. He used to be the resident surgeon during the siege of 1857. It's a good size home with a good amount of garden on both sides. Oh, it's a double story.
Even today, we can see the bullet marks and the cannon damage on the walls of these buildings.
Too big a house. Little floors. Of course, that might tell Dr. Fairs was a big person in those days. You see the green lush landscapes. This is really huge. So many residences at one place. And now what we have on the right side is the mosque and Imam Bara. We'll get in there. just behind the Dr. Fair's house we have this small canals for the water passage, very well planned, structured, and then this lush landscapes. And in front of us what we have is the mosque and the Imambara, which is related to Nawab Nasiruddin Haidar, which is Indo-European style of architecture. So Imambara doesn't have a roof now, but the mosque is still safe, and you can see that it's beautiful. Let us explore. And this is Imambara, and this is the mosque and the surroundings. So you can see lots of people come here for exercise and other activities, and in the beautiful green landscape.
And this residency was initially constructed and maintained and owned by the Nawabs of Awadh. The key ruler connected with the residency was Sadat Ali Khan II. He ruled between 1798 and 1814. And in 1801, Sadat Ali Khan II signed a treaty with the British East India Company. And he actually handed over this to the British. In return, the Nawab was freed from paying the heavy subsidy that Awadh previously owed to the company for maintaining the British troops. We are now looking at the Brigade Mess, which is one of the important buildings inside this Lucknow Residency complex. The Brigade Mess served as the dining hall and the social gathering place for British officers stationed in the residency. A mess in the British Army refers to a place where officers eat, meet, and socialize.
This could probably some kind of a kitchen area, maybe. Could be some wash area. Yeah, this is a kitchen for heating. There you can see there. Nice. It's good. They're preserving these rooms.
We are currently looking at the Sikh Square, which was located in a strategic open space surrounded by the defensive buildings. The area is called Sikh Square because Sikh troops of the British Indian Army were stationed and fought from this position during the siege in 1857. Their defense of the position helped protect parts of the residency complex.
By this flat structures we can't make up anything, but we can see in the surroundings there seems to be some small structures which is used for small rooms, and then this center looks like a big hall, and then possibly some partitions here. Place of some special officers maybe, but the walls are too thick, right? It's almost like a 2.5 feet width.
Now we are looking at the Martiniers post, named after students of La Martiniere College, around 30 to 40 students, some as young as 13-15 years old, volunteered to help the British defenders. They were mainly used as messengers carrying orders between the posts, as assistants in loading and handling the ammunition, and as helpers in maintaining communication lines.
These are some excavations they have done between 2001 and 2005, and you can see some remains of the sewer system they have created in around those times.
And this is the Anderson's post, which was named after Captain George Anderson, who commanded troops defending that sector of the Residency during the siege. Like many other posts, Anderson's post faced heavy artillery fire and musket attacks from the Labour forces in 1857. And this is the Germans post, which was often spelled as Germans post. The post was named after Lieutenant George German, who commanded the defense of the section during the siege. Germans post formed part of the defensive perimeter of the Residency compound. It helped guard a vulnerable section where rebel forces tried to approach the Residency.
This was Omani's house. It was a double-storied building, and he was shot by cannon during the 1857. I think it was on, to be precisely, on 5th of July 1857.
And this is Begum's Koti, which was originally a residential palace building used by royal women of Awadh before the Residency complex expanded. The building dates back to the time of the Nawabs of Awadh, particularly during the reign of Asaf-ud-Dawla in the late 18th century. During the siege, British defenders turned Begum's Koti into a strong defensive position because of its thick walls and strategically located inside the Residency compound.
This is right next to the mosque we have seen. And you have a fireplace, I suppose it is. So very huge indeed. Loads of rooms.
And this is the kitchen house, which was the central kitchen for the Residency compound, where food was prepared for British officers, soldiers, and the staff living within the Residency. And the kitchen was constructed separate from the main living buildings to reduce the fire risk, keep smoke and heat away from the residences, and manage large-scale cooking.
One partition, and there is a one right behind this, which probably seems like there is a door for that. The second off, maybe in the back side. Let's check it out. Yeah, indeed. So I don't know, for some reason they have two partitions, and the first one and the second one. And these are two kitchen house. Right in front of the museum building, which we're going to visit, there is this well of the olden days, and next to it we can also see the canals of the sewage system of those days, and it even has the fixings for the rope to be used to get the water from the well. And there's this slope structure, probably where they could walk from lower end to upper end for the water. Amazing. So we also see cannons in front of the museum. We're going to go look at them in close. So you can clearly see they have really have planted so many trees. It just resembles like it's a taste of the people who wants to live a king's life. And this seems to be one of the largest structure. We don't know what it is. We'll get in from the other side.
The area in front of us has lots of resting places of the British soldiers who were killed during the 1857 revolt, and it's a huge cemetery in front of us.
This is the memorials of Sir John Inglis, and this is the main building of the residency, and hence probably you will see the cannons, the two big cannons in the front side, and see there, and two big cannons on the back side, and there were lots of cannons just next to the entrance of the building. Okay. So this construction also has the underground buildings where they were kept the ladies and the kids in those days. So right in front of the museum we have these two cannons. Oh, they look too strong. So let us get into the museum to see what they have for us to explore in the museum. And you have this beautiful structure. And to the right side of the museum we have the small cannons, and this probably is the administrative building, and hence the cannons in here. These are some olden day stamps. So these are the two cannons in the back of the main building, and this building had underground structure where the ladies and the children were kept during the 1857 revolt. This obviously, as the name says, it's the main building, and it is the largest building in this sequence.
कौन सी लकड़ी होती है? बहुत मजबूत है। ये बहुत पुरानी बिल्डिंग है, लग रही है।
भाई
यहाँ जैसा दिखता है पूरा,
हाँ।
सामने का महल, उनका बेगम का महल दिख रहा है।
From this administrative building opposite we'll see the Begum Koti, probably. Fun times. So the residency main building, we can also see it has taken its quota of cannon shots. This building was almost kind of destroyed in the 1857 during the revolt, probably, except the front side which was repaired for establishing the museum. And this is the banqueting hall of those days, where we get together in the evenings, eat, drink, and probably gather. This is probably reception room. It's a huge, obviously. This is one of the small halls. It has multiple halls, like two. And this banqueting hall also had a fountain.
ऐसा था
Because वो लोग बहुत use once upon a time this used to have a huge chandeliers and lots of those tables, chairs for the evening drinks and food. Obviously sometimes. This probably has some small kitchen area, maybe, and the beautiful exterior in front of the banqueting hall.